Okay, today is November 24th, Sunday. Very beautiful day in Kentucky, 60 degrees, but it's supposed to turn cold. So I've got like 3 things I need to do today. We're going to do a little bit to the tractor, get it to where we can start it again. And I'll explain all that here in a minute. We got to winterize the race car, 64 Fairlane. I've already added antifreeze to it, did that yesterday. And I'm going to cut the back part of the yard, but that won't be on this video. Mostly this video will be about the tractor. So, in the last video, you seen me clean the carburetor of this tractor with my Harbor Freight Sonic cleaner. Just a short video, kind of a review, I guess, I don't know. But I rebuilt the carburetor. It ran good, and hey, it's not wet no more. But I think I showed the sediment bowl I bought, cheap one, made in China, and it has a plastic bowl instead of a glass one. And I thought that was a good idea because if you drop the glass, it's going to break. Plastic will just bounce. But the plastic is not very strong, and I accidentally crushed it. Got a little crazy on the thumb screw. I mean, it don't take much. So, but it didn't crack until after I started it up and got it warmed up. It ran good, but we ordered another one. It looks like the exact same thing, except it didn't come with the banjo bolt and the washers. But I'm hoping I can just swap out the bowl. It looks like the same thing. And we also put an excess power battery in this one. It looks way too small. It's a 6 volt. It's the biggest one, or maybe the only one they had in 6 volt. But it seemed to work pretty good. We'll see how it holds up. We might try a cold start when it gets cold. And of course, I didn't have the correct post to fit my cable, so I just put some lugs on it, and I kind of like them better. They're easier to get off. You just get you a little metric Allen wrench, unscrew those bolts, and they come off easier. It's just that you got to change some stuff if you want to stick another battery with post in it, but I'm kind of changing over to these batteries on everything that needs a battery. I won't do it until I actually need one, but I like those. I'm hoping this one will survive as long as the original one I bought in the Torino. So let's see if that glass bowl fits this thing. Okay, here is the other one I ordered. It looks like the same bowl. Now this one was like 14 bucks, probably about 15 or 16 after taxes. Looks like it's got the same screen and rubber O-ring, so I'm hoping I can just swap the bowl. Now this one and the other one I ordered off of Amazon, and like I said, the only difference I can see is the other one came with a banjo bolt and the washers, which I needed because mine didn't even have a sediment bowl on it. It got discarded a long time ago, but everything else looks the same. So we're going to see if I can just stick this bowl on that. And I also, these bowls won't fit this one, but I found these on eBay, $5 for 4 of them. I'm thinking about cleaning them up. They all have the on and off valve. Maybe I could adapt them to my tractor, but these are the type, it looks like it's the type that screw into the bottom of the tank. My tank on my 600 Ford is a 1956 model. It doesn't have the fitting on the tank for that, so that's what they're for. But I'm thinking about just trying to recondition them. They're all froze up and plugged up and full of dirt. I'm going to try my carb dip and my sonic cleaner and see if I can restore them and sell them separately. So let's see if this bowl fits. Alright, let's give her a try. One thing that didn't help, it looks like this thing was on crooked. Could have sworn it wouldn't. Well, I think it just went crooked after it broke, though. So, yeah. Alright. Lesson learned, I guess you're better off with a glass one that will break if you drop it Let's see, does it look like the same? Well, it sure does. I think it's going to work. Look at that. But yeah, it probably went crooked after it cracked though, so I probably didn't have it installed. Let's make sure my O-ring's up in there, and it looks like it is. And even though this is a slightly stronger glass, I am going to be careful. Screw that down a little more. There we go. I'm hoping it's this easy. Okay, let's just go down a little more here. Is it going to fit? Let's not force it and break our new bowl, then I'll be waiting another couple of weeks to order that. Okay, let's take our time, make sure it's aligned. There we go. I felt it go into the little recess. Now, let's not go too tight here. Oh, Crystal, my dog's talking to me again. Hey, I left a fuel line there. Let's see, I need a long screwdriver, which may or may not be back here. Okay, I'm not going to move the camera to the other side, but I need to go to the other side and open up the valve, which is attached to the bottom of the tank. Oh. In the middle, Crystal. All right, open this up. Hopefully gas won't come dripping out of this thing. We'll screw it all the way out. See if I still got gas. No, I don't. Okay, I need to add more gas to this now because it all drained out when that cracked. Even though I caught it, I thought I caught it before it all drained out. Maybe I didn't, but that tank is dry. Hang on. Okay, maybe you can hear it, but there is gas pouring in it as we speak. I'm kind of afraid to fill it up because I could have sworn that I shut that gas off before the tank was empty when I discovered that the plastic cap had broken. Maybe I lost more fuel than I thought. But, alright, so I'm not going to fill it up. I should have a gallon or two in there by now. More than I wanted to put in there. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I'd like to fill it completely up, but it is what it is. Okay, I don't see any leaks, so we got that going for us. Let's see. Sorry about that. Okay, I don't see any fuel leaking out of that valve. I'm also going to be making a line for this later, but not today. We got to get the race car winterized. It's already partially winterized, but I got to get the slicks off of it because I don't leave them out in cold weather. Alright, yeah. Don't see no drips. So, let's see. It's been a week or two, I guess, since I made that video. See how my battery's holding up. Let me put the cap on this thing. Sorry about the bad view. There isn't much room on the other side of the tractor, so it is what it is. Okay. Get the key in there. Make sure it's in neutral. A little bit of throttle. Let's choke it. Turn the key on. the day I had it running, before my plastic cap cracked, it was running and starting very sweet. I mean, it started up quicker than it has in a long time. It used to act flooded on a hot start. It wasn't even doing that. Sweet old girl. Working too. Let's see if it's still working. No, they're not. There we go. A switch. Gotta hit the switch a little hard. I need to do something about these guys. They don't want to hold my lights tight. That one can be fixed, I guess. This one was a chrome aftermarket one. Just fits too loose. We'll see. Well, at least they work. Duct tape don't look too good. We're just above the screen there. You can't see that, can you? A little more here. Now, well, we're gonna check it a couple hours later and see if anything leaks. I think I lost all my fuel through that shutoff valve under the tank. You can buy the new valves all day long. Let's see, you get a better view on the other side. That wetness you see is not gas, it's moisture. The same form, gets like some ice on it. It actually gets cold to the touch when it's running, and it sweats. Not good, but I don't know what to do about that. Still full of fuel. I need to kind of run it wide open for a while and make sure it's getting plenty of fuel, and I'm pretty sure it is. But what I was getting ready to say is that that valve right there, that one is only a couple of years old. But these things come from China. You can't buy anything. There's a lot of aftermarket parts for these tractors, but all of the reproduction stuff is made overseas, made in China or wherever, and they just don't last. And I think this one, if you close it off to where fuel can't get to the carburetor, it leaks right here. And I'm pretty sure I shut it off when I realized 2 weeks ago that my sediment bulb was cracked, and I shut it off and forgot about that, and I think it dripped dry because I know I wasn't out of fuel when I did that. So that's what that's all about. Almost need to come up with something, almost need to fabricate something that works better than that. Yeah, it doesn't have to be OEM. If it doesn't work, what good does it do you if it's OEM? You are just wanting to join in on the conversation, ain't you? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give it a couple hours and make sure it doesn't leak. And we're going to get the slicks off the race car. Stay back, girl. Okay, so after getting the slicks off the Fairlane, getting it back in the trailer and the Torino back in the garage, and cutting some grass, and as you can see, we used the tractor to move the trailer. Got it warmed up pretty decent. After all this time, well, not a long time, but after about 3 or 4 hours, no leaks. And let's test the hot start here. This thing used to not like hot starts. Watch this. What do you think of that? Ain't she sweet? Alright, so not a bad day for nearly the end of November. And I think me and Crystal are going to spend the rest of what's supposed to be the last nice day of this week. I'm off all this week, or next week, Thanksgiving week rather. And I might crank out a few other videos on some other stuff. Now that the Fairlane is winterized and we got the tractor straightened up, I'll be tearing apart this automatic transmission. Not mine. A friend of mine is putting together he's paying a guy to put together a 74 AMX, I think. AMX Javelin. And this is a 727 automatic going behind what I think is a 360 AMC motor. It's supposed to be good. They just want to make sure it's good and fresh. So I'm going to be tearing it apart, putting a kit in it, making sure everything's good. So, like I said, I think me and Crystal are going to enjoy the rest of a beautiful day.